Well, you touch on so many areas. There's a lot of problems that are up in the air at the moment, a lot of plates spinning, and we need the Prime Minister, we need number 10 to offer a plan to get us out of here. I was hoping that we might be able to be talking about Russia, the G7 summit that's taking place in Liverpool. We have an authoritarian regime about to invade another Eastern European country, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what either happened last Christmas or indeed how we get through this latest variant of COVID. And we need the leadership in number 10. We need the leadership from the Prime Minister. The world is absolutely so different from 2019, from when we got elected. And I think there's a demand now, an expectation that unless the Prime Minister ups his game, then yes, we are going to see some form of change.
And I actually couldn't agree with you more, Tobias, that these, in terms of world affairs, are more important. But there's Liz Truss chairing G7 and talking exactly about China, and if they invade Ukraine, then action will be taken. That's, she says, a senior cabinet secretary going about her business. Others might say she's a lucky bunny. Good timing there.
Possibly, but again, buried in the news over this weekend, so much coming out, so much to digest. We see 20% of the staffing in the Foreign Office is to be cut. We've seen that the DFID budget cut down from 0.7%. We've seen the armed forces, the army, cut by 10,000 troops. We're getting rid of the Hercules aircraft. We're reducing the number of tanks, reducing the number of F-35s. We are shrinking in our hard power and soft power at the very moment, at the very point that the world is getting more dangerous, more complex. We need international leadership and standing up to Russia and saying, this is what we'll do if you will invade. Why not prevent the invasion in the first place? That's what NATO was designed to do.
I said it looks a little bit like what an opposition should be like, but you've broadened the agenda there. You know who you're talking to. You know who is listening to this conversation. You've been describing the issues that a post-Boris Tory government would and should be dealing with, aren't you?
It's not necessarily post-Boris. It's what we want my government to actually move towards. Like I said, 2019, the world was a very, very different place. COVID has changed all that. It's changed our economy. It's changed our outlook. It's changed the opportunity that our adversaries present and pursue, because we're not looking up. We are so distracted by all these events. When what we need to do is work out what is our plan. Number 10 needs to start to lead. You know, we all knew what Boris Johnson was like when he got elected. He's the charismatic type of prime minister, like Disraeli was. You get the transformational, such as Thatcher or Attlee. You get the transactional, like John Major. What we now need is a wartime leader. There are so many decisions, firm decisions that need to be made, but only if you have the improved situational awareness as to what's going on around you. And that isn't happening at the moment. We're getting caught up in own goals, which are providing a distraction. And the nation is now asking questions, understandably, but really we should be focusing on other things.
So I'm going to tempt you one final quick one, and I know you well enough to know that you'll find a way of answering it. Is he heading for the buffers, or will he bounce back?
Well, he can bounce back. I think everybody wants him to bounce back, and he can only do that if there's fundamental change. My party has endured the experience in Oates Patterson. That was the sort of turning point when the relationship between Parliament and number 10 came under scrutiny. If that doesn't change, then absolutely we're heading into the direction that you're suggesting.